Hey, what's up, everyone? Just got back from Woods Cross, Utah. I was helping out my buddy James. James was actually on TV. He was on the Discovery Channel on the show Paranormal Caught on Camera. It was season 2, episode 23. I suggest you check it out. Go ahead and pause it. Come back. Go check out his episode. He's the very first story, so it's maybe 5-10 minutes, but it's worth the watch. Interesting stuff. He sent me some stuff that wasn't on the tape on their episodes. I went out there, helped them out. I've been talking to James for about a year and a half, so um, check these out. Hey James, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Good, huh? We've known each other what, like a year now?
A year and a half.
Year and a half,
I
yeah.
think we started talking last February.
Yeah.
And the episode came out, and literally the next morning I had a message from you.
Yeah, that's true. I really wanted to help you. That was the beginning of my journey, man, and it feels awesome to come out here and finally meet you, and you're welcoming me into your home. So why don't you tell me what's going on for everybody that hasn't seen the episode on TV? Tell them what happened here.
Well, everything started when I was 5 years old, shortly after we moved into the house that my parents live in now. Basically, new house, little kid, got scared, asked my dad to wait in my bedroom until I fell asleep, and I guess he passed out before I did. And I just remember waking up, don't know what time it was, didn't have a clock in my room. It was dark though, and opened my eyes and remembered smelling something burning. And I kind of looked around a little bit, and then when I kind of brought my line of sight to the foot of my bed, there was a 7-foot tall shadowed figure standing at the foot of my bed, and I sat up pretty quick and yelled, "Dad!" And right when I did that, it just sank into the floor, and after that it was pretty much just downhill. A lot of...
Now, it followed you throughout your whole life,
Yeah.
right? Through your teenage years, you had experiences.
Yeah. Even into areas where I never would have expected something like that to happen. Attending basic training in Great Lakes, had a guy in my division who was on fire watch in the morning say, "Hey, I kind of think I saw something standing in front of your rack, and it looked like it was looking down at you while you were sleeping." And I never told him anything about it, and just kind of thought, okay, well, it's a giant fucking room, red lights, there's a lot of stuff in there that can cast a shadow, so maybe that was just it. And then, Job Corps had a buddy one morning tell me, "Hey man, I woke up to take a piss, and there was like a 7-foot tall figure standing in the doorway to your bed area and looking at you." And
It's all 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
It's not all the way to the ceiling,
yeah,
It's tall enough that people can distinguish it.
Yeah.
Give it a height. you
yeah.
know?
And that's why I thought it was really weird when you told me about what your medium said about it being a child. And
Right.
that just really threw me for a trip. But at the same time, it kind of made some things make sense. Like living at my parents' house, hearing little kids laughing in the living room, and going out there expecting to see my little brother and sister, and no one was there. So that made a little bit of sense, but at the same time, it was like definitely multiple kids laughing.
Right,
not
right.
just one.
But and that's the thing that we're trying to find out. Honest investigators, are trying to find the best ways to communicate so that we can get these questions answered. By these spirits. But having me here and seeing going through the questions and stuff, the responses are pretty much one word, two word. So you gotta think of the way to ask them. So, like, why don't you explain in the video what, like, in the paranormal caught on camera, like, what happened? This is where the truck was, right? Right in here.
Right here. Basically, right before I started filming, the truck was about right here, and just out of nowhere, it went from right there to the corner of the movie shelf, and then it zipped back to about right here, and that's when I started filming it.
And the remote was right there.
The remote was right where your foot is. And then the second I said something like, I think I said that toy car is moving on its own, and the remote is right there, and I looked at the remote, and right when I said that, it stopped, which it kind of, like, at first I thought, okay, there's something wrong with it, or somebody, like when I posted the video onto my TikTok account, somebody mentioned on there that if there was a remote for the same kind of car nearby, then that could be what was going on.
And you said the power was off, though.
Yeah, the car was turned off.
So the power's off. How is that possible?
So I don't know how that would have worked.
Right.
And then me saying something about it, and then it stopping as soon as I say something about it, that was kind of seemed like more than just a coincidence. Because if it just, I mean, the whole thing before I started filming was maybe 3 seconds, and I don't know of a little kid that's not gonna play with a car for like 3 seconds, and then
it's another thing.
We never saw any.
And the other part of that episode is like you were sitting where I'm sitting, and you were playing the joke on your wife.
Yeah.
And that's where you caught one of the most compelling pieces of evidence that I've ever seen. Is the doorway behind you. The shadow peeks out from behind the corner and goes back, and that's your daughter's room. That's where I've been staying. Yeah. We'll go through all the video footage and stuff, but I personally didn't see the shadows. I thought I did, like maybe out of the corner of my eye, like sitting here with you, but nothing to really grab on. You had that one vision on the first night I was here, where you think
I kept
you saw
on seeing it looked like something was poking its head out, and I mean, we had the lights off in there and the lights in the hallway off, so I couldn't tell if I was just seeing the side of the Barbie dream house, and I was just kind of swaying a little bit, and I got up to go check and just kind of, pied the corner a little bit, and sure as shit, right in the middle of the room, very distinct. It's a light carpet, so
right.
There's a light carpet and a light chair, or a dark chair and a dark desk, and the chair and the desk were very distinct, and there was just this little figure, maybe about that tall, just kicking it there. And
that was crazy.
I don't think I've jumped that
I know, you set the cat ball off of you. So, how are you handling this? Before I contacted you, how would you handle this throughout your life?
When I was younger, it was probably about how you'd expect. But then as I got older, I never really got used to it. Like a lot, like you were saying, you get used to it when you've been going to these places a lot and everything like that. And when you said that, it just kind of made me think back on, all the different situations and scenarios where something's happened, and just as an adult, and I just like totally freak out like I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
And I've never gotten used to it.
Well, no, I mean, the way that thing went off at your work and,
Yeah.
you know, everything that you've gone through, you know, it's unexplainable, you know. I mean, what does that leave you to say to somebody that says, oh, there's no such thing as ghosts?
Yeah.
What does that do to you? Like, what do you say to that person?
So for the longest time, you know, I always remembered the first time that I saw it, and I remembered smelling something burning, and that was like, it wasn't like wood burning, it wasn't...
It was like coal, right? Like
Not
something
even-
simmering.
Yeah, but like, I've never smelled it
Right.
before.
Right.
Like, wood has a very distinct smell to it.
True.
You know, I'm a welder. Burning flesh has a
Mhm.
very distinct smell. Burning hair, burning clothes, metal,
Plastics,
yeah,
everything.
plastics.
Yeah.
It all has a very distinct smell, and I just never smelled anything like that. But there's a line in the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose when he's reading the letter, and it says, "How can people say that God doesn't exist if I show them the devil?" And it's always kind of been like that line that always pops into my head when somebody says, "Oh, this isn't real," or something like that. And it's just like, okay, well, I mean, you weren't there, so of course, you know.
I mean, just walk a week in my shoes.
Yeah, but it's always been like, yeah, you know, you weren't there, and you're just watching a video that I have up on my TikTok.
Mhm.
For all you know, yeah, there could have been somebody behind the door. There could have been somebody, you know, flipping the light switches or the circuit breakers or something like that. But, you know, it's always kind of, you know, well, come check it out. Or
Right,
something. Like,
right.
go to this place, or
I was there. I happened to film it. That's
yeah,
all you can really say to it,
yeah.
you know?
I just happened to be filming, and you know, if you and I ever meet, you know, yeah, come hang out for a couple days, and you know, you're bound to see something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of always how I've reacted. I've never really said anything to them. I've always just kind of tried to ignore it,
Yeah.
you know. But there's a lot of cases where, especially on the TikTok of, you know, the situation that happened at work, where everybody's sitting there like, yeah, no, this is causing it, or this is causing it, and you know, some of the comments is just like, you know, I
Wow.
hope you're right.
Yeah.
I
Right.
hope you're right, because that tells me that I'm just going crazy and that there isn't any real danger.
Right.
You know, my wife and kid aren't in any danger. I'm not in any danger. But then something like that happens,
Mm-hmm.
and it's completely unexplainable to me. And like when my buddy pointed it out, like I think it was 2 weekends, or like the next weekend after that, he pointed it out, and like the first thing that went through my head was, okay, maybe there's something wrong with the camera on my phone. Maybe it's a weird shadow, and
So
I
you're
tilted my...
like me. You try to find the logical aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, this shouldn't be there. Let's figure out why. You know.
Yeah,
Like the cat balls when they were going off. All right. Well, let's move them around. You know.
Yeah.
And see if it's just that one that's broken. And
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was that area. You know.
Like I've never, I mean, obviously there's some situations where I've been in where it's just like, okay, there is nothing to explain that.
Mm-hmm.
I was hanging out with a buddy of mine, staying at his house for a few nights on a weekend. We're hanging out in his living room watching, I think we were watching like Doctor Who or something, and just out of nowhere, one of his slippers that he had right in front of him went from where he was to flying through a little glass slot in a door in his kitchen. Like a slipper went through a pane of, like a small, maybe like 8-inch by 8-inch pane of glass.
Wow.
Like, I don't know how a slipper goes through glass.
It's defying all logic and physics, yeah.
Yeah. And that was hanging out with my buddy at his house so much. That was one of the defining things where it's like, or it was one of those moments where I realized, okay, something is following me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just I'm having bad luck with, you know, being at my parents' house or being at another friend's house that I've known for years, and there's always kind of been something there. Like, he would always say, like, yeah, nothing ever happened until you started coming around.
Right.
And then,
Right.
you know, a girl that I dated, she never called herself a medium, but she could see spirits and she could see auras, and she would always tell me, yeah, you have something following you. And it was a determining factor for her as to why she would never let me spend the night.
Jeez.
Or why she would never spend the night with me.
So,
All right, guys. So that's James. As you can see, he's got an issue in his apartment there in Woods Cross, Utah. So went out there to help him. Did night one. Went live on Facebook. You know, go to my Facebook page to check it out. Cat balls didn't go off on the live feed, but we stayed up through the night, and interestingly enough, here you go. And I did do sessions before that, before Facebook, but when I got home here and put the video onto the computer, it was in 14-second, it would play for 14 seconds and then stop. So something in that room would let me think that the camera was working, and then it turned it off. So it's kind of interesting, and you know, throughout the night you'll see the activity, but night 2 is when I can let you see some of the spirit box stuff. So check this out.
Brace yourself.
The camera in there?
No.
For the Superman motion picture anthology in high definition Blu-ray.
Look who's back! Easy, miss. I've got you.
You got me? Who's got you?
Experience the legend.
he's not gonna do it now.
Hero.
You set it off again?
Like you've never seen before. In state-of-the-art, all-new, digitally remastered high-definition.
Dog was just coming out from under the bed, I guess. Hi, Mama. Why are you going back there and hiding? What happened, Mamas?
I'm covering the course for medical. I see. I thought you were just buying me a coffee. There's a lot of dangers in this. A lot of debate. Look, I know you saw Fellow Lucas today. I've been trying to get an interview with him. I've been collected. Why doesn't he want? Holding on to knowing something. You're asking me to spy. No, I'm asking you to report your own experiences. Listen, I'm just interested in the truth. Seems like you are too.
Just as there is a hierarchy of angels ranked in ascendant order, so too is the realm of evil. Adjusted each angel has a name.
There it's going off again. I just turned the camera off and it just started going off again. It's about 1 something in the morning. It's just been going off. Hasn't done that all day. It's been going off here and there, but this is pretty consistent. It's on the comforter too.
Yeah. You're and the cat are right there. Forrest is in my room.
The rabbit's in the cage.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Extraordinary, isn't it?
I think I
You knew we couldn't take it down. You knew we were no match for him.
I got like this white mist on mine.
Yes, but soon we
Oh my god, that's weird.
nearly one more twist of the knife to test him. Who sent you? You strange.
Alright guys, so as you can see, some video clips was from James' phone, some were from mine, but it was amazing. Cat balls are going crazy in that room. That was the room I stayed in. So here's night 2, or day 2. Here's the investigations that I did with my GoPro camera. I made sure to make sure that didn't happen again. So I was pretty pretty mad about it, but it's all right. Life goes on. So here's day 2. Check it out.
Here we are, day 2, 7 o'clock session. Got the cat balls up there, in here. This one went off, and one's on the ground. Been going off today, so they're a little more active than they were yesterday, but they were going crazy last night, especially around 1 or 2. But we'll try another session here and see what we can hear and figure out. Charles, are you here still? Can you light up one of the cat balls for me, Charles? Or go near my device? And you can try to turn off the flashlight over here. A lot of different things you can do to manipulate it. I'm talking to the spirit that's in this house. So make yourself known. You had no problem in the past. Can you tell me your name? Is it Charles? Go ahead and light up one of the bulbs for me. Is that a whisper? What did you say? Why did you whisper? You can talk out loud. Can you tell me my name? What's my name? Can you turn off this light? Go ahead, right here, this light. Turn it off and make it go weak. You did it the first day, you did it yesterday. James saw it yesterday. Saw it do it. You have a story you need to pass on, or are you ready to pass on? Are you weaker now because of the salt? Like that one male voice keeps coming through. I just want to ask, were you Indian descent? You know if you were of Indian descent or of white descent? I'm talking American Indian, Navajo, Apache, the Ute Indian. Can you tell me what year you died? Do you remember what year you passed on? Okay, we'll try communicating with something else. Okay? Thank you for your time. Goodbye. Charles, are you here still? Yes. Can you light up one of the cat balls, or stand next to the device on the mirror, or turn off the flashlight? Giving you options today. Flashlight? Did you say flashlight? No. I swear I heard it. Because I know you've been setting that one off and the one off on the ground. Yeah. Can you light one of them up now? Go ahead and try. If you don't want to do the ones in here, there's some out in the family room if you're camera shy. You can set those off. Those haven't gone off all day. Can you tell me what animal is in this room? Doggy. It's a doggy. There's a rabbit in here. That was kind of cool.
Bedroom pet.
It's a doggy. So, tell me your name.
Did you say Beth? Heard Earth and then Death.
Well, I've heard a lot of names in there. Can you narrow it down and tell me your name? Now. What is my name? Yeah, my name. What is my name? Can you say the name of the other person in the room?
Did you say Peter?
James.
So my first name is James, middle name is Bailey, last name Fitzpatrick. But when I got confirmed into the Catholic Church, they gave me the name Peter.
Oh. So why have you been following James for so long? Was it because you knew his timeline would meet me and you want to move on and you knew I could help? Are you ready to move on?
Please don't.
You just gotta look up towards the light. Spirit guides are here to help you. Santos and Christina. They can help you in there. Can help you all. So you all need to leave this family alone. It's time for you to go up towards the light. It's much better up there. You're not my awful soul. I've heard that before. Can you turn off the flashlight? Well, I hope you light up the balls tonight when we go live. I'll let you save your strength. Gotta show everybody at home. Goodbye.
Alright guys, so coming up next is when I went live on Facebook, night 2, and then James' exit interview. Nothing happened on the third day. You know, tried all sorts of sessions. There's nothing worth recording. So thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button for me. Tell your friends. Keep on growing. Keep on believing. And I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Love you guys. Thank you for everything. Take care.
Hey, what's up everyone? JK-47 here in Woods Cross, Utah. Helping out my buddy James. If you haven't seen what we're dealing with, the best evidence I've ever seen of paranormal, if you have Discovery Plus or go on to Amazon Prime, you go to Paranormal Caught on Camera, and it's season 2, episode 23. He's the very first story on there. So, but yeah, a lot of good stuff. Trying to help him out, get his family situated, so they're not dealing with this. So, show you what we're working with tonight. We'll flip the camera around here. So we got the cat ball there. That one's been going off pretty much all day. At least once, twice an hour. That one hasn't gone off. This one's gone off 3 times. So between the one on the ground and that one going off, that's the way it's going here. We got the EMF detector. You can see it's going off for my phone. So if it does that when my phone's not near it, then that means there's a spirit there. Got our flashlight. We use that. We got our Polaroid. Take some Polaroids. Got our spirit box going. Got our speaker here. Got our blue light. Our camera. We'll also try to do some EVPs here as well. So let me turn this on here. I guess we can try to do the EVPs first and play back and listen, do live feedback, see what we can get. So, so we'll turn this light off here. And see, it's still somewhat daylight here. We got the flashlight. James moved the cat ball up there. So there's one on the ground and there's one up there now. But let's try EVP here. Okay, spirits that are in the house. Can you tell me how many of you there are? Come speak in this red light and let us know. Can you tell us your name? Speak into the red light here. We'll be able to hear you. Are you ready to move on? Alright, so let's stop that. Stop saving. And then we'll play it back here. Okay, spirits that are in the house. Can you tell me how many of you there are? Come speak in this red light and let us know. Can you tell us your name? Speak into the red light here. We'll be able to hear you. Are you ready to move on? Alright, so let's stop that. Alright.
Jesus.
So, that was fun. That was a fun try. So, yeah, we can go to the spirit box now. None of the lights are going off. Camera's getting blurry. It's usually a good sign of things to come. But like I said, in the full video, when I put it on YouTube, you'll see the other balls going off. So we have had some activity here. There's my EMF detector. You can see it's on a 0 balance there. So let's get this going here. Charles, are you here? Oh, there goes the one on the ground. He's in the ticket. Have the phone pointed that way. There's my lovely wife. Hello. Miss you, baby. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Taylor. I watched the episode today. I remember that one. Yeah, it's a good episode. Appreciate you guys being on here. See if we can't get these boys to talk. Charles, are you here? Can you make the cat ball go off again? Can you light up the cat ball? Or perhaps mess with the flashlight? Can you turn the flashlight on and off? You did it yesterday. Oh, I heard a yes. It was a female voice. How many spirits are in this home? Did you say 3 of you? Right, that's weird. Just completely stopped. Did you say 3 of us? Can you light up one of the cat balls to let us know that's what you meant? Or turn off the flashlight? Can you tell us what year you died? Oh, there it goes. Somebody's foot. These are apartments, guys, but these are heavy ground. They're meant to be noise resistant and padded, and they absorb vibration really good. Well, I appreciate you lighting up the ball. Can you do it again? Do you have any messages you wish to pass on before your last day tomorrow? Can I help you pass on? That's what you want, correct? You want to pass on? Hi, Robert. Welcome. Can you light up one of the cat balls again, or turn off the flashlight? Would you stand in front of the camera when I take the picture? If I take a picture with a Polaroid, will you stand there? Alright, I'm going to take a picture towards the mirror. I'm going to turn it around towards the corner where the stuff is. So go over by where the speaker is and take your picture. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we'll see how that turns out. If you guys think of any questions you'd like to ask, go ahead and type them in the comments there. you've been following James since he was 5. Why is that? Is the salt barrier making you weaker? Oh, that was a good response. So listen to that one. Hopefully it'll pick it up on the camera. Use this one here too. Can you set off one of those lights again, or turn off the flashlight? How about you turn off the flashlight for us? Alright. Well, I'm going to help you move on. Tomorrow's your last day. What do you have to say about that? That's cool. Alright. Well, thank you for communicating. I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye. Alright guys, so that was night 2. We got a little more activity than we did the first night. We got the cat ball going off down there. Like I said, I got it on the camera of that one. And we were up till 3 last night and they were going off. Show this around here. But yeah, thank you everybody. Appreciate you tuning in and watching. Share it with your friends. You know, go ahead and show them the YouTube channel. It's taken off. We're over 700 subscribers now. So once we get to 1,000, we can go live there. So that will help. And so far it's been pretty quiet, and you know, it's starting to feel a lot lighter in the house, so I think the program's working. I've been sleeping in this room. This is the room where the shadow person came out on the episode. So, but thank you guys. Can't thank you enough for the support. Just remember, share it, put it on your page, and thank you. Take care. How do you feel now after my investigation?
You know, there was a lot that really made me feel better about it. Like, seeing the cat ball go off for the first time, it was like, okay, maybe something bumped the bed. Upstairs neighbor has his daughter around that likes to jump off couches and kitchen tables and stuff, and she's up there thudding around. And so when it would just go off, maybe like I think it was once an hour, once every
yeah, that's
other
what it
hour.
was like. But it'd be once every 2 hours every now and then. But
and then it started
more frequent as the night progressed.
Yeah, and then when it started going off, like it would go off, stop, go off, stop, go off. Like that was the moment where it was like, okay, so I'm not really crazy.
Well, I hope my treatment works. I hope that, you know, it will calm things down, and you know what to do. Should, you know, stuff arise, just do another 3 days. Just do it for 3 days, you know. But it's nothing to be really afraid of, you know. It doesn't, like I was telling you, know, no one ever been murdered by a gun, you know. So, you know, I believe that spirits are just trying to get attention because they need help moving on. So, you know, sitting here today while you were at work, I feel really comfortable in the home. You know, I don't feel anything, you know, needs any more help than I did when I first got here. So, So I feel really confident. Would you recommend my program?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
The biggest thing I'm worried about though is, so your medium said like a child
Mhm.
and everything, named Charles.
Yeah.
The thing that concerns me is that, like, why was everybody and myself always seeing like a 7-foot tall figure?
You know,
And
and
it's like you said, there was always
but
just
yeah,
like,
when you're
voice.
further away, you know,
Yeah,
it could be,
yeah,
you know, 7 foot tall, but as you get closer, maybe it's smaller.
Yeah.
You know, there's
Yeah.
all those illusions and
yeah.
you know, visual aspects of the spiritual world that, you know, things don't always make sense.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's still like that thought that's
Right,
like in the
right.
back of my head where it's like, yeah, like you said, you know, we were only hearing one voice come through on the spirit box and the other two things.
Mhm.
But the thought in the back of my head is, what if there's another one and it just wasn't saying anything?
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's so like, I don't know, like,
yeah,
I
no,
guess we'll
I
find
mean,
out tonight.
no, that's, you find out tonight, and, you know, if it does start, just get your spray bottle, man. Just,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, you know, the salt's used in all religions, and in the Catholic religion, you know, Mormon religion, it's used in witchcraft and spiritualism. You know, witches make circles on the ground to protect themselves.
Yeah.
You know, the Catholics put it in the window seal, the door seals. That's all I did. I take it
Yeah.
off the ground, I put it on the wall, and protect the whole house.
Yeah.
You know, because I think the spirits would just walk over it. You know what I mean? So, your dog here is awesome.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough for all your hospitality,
Yeah, no
man.
problem,
And
man.
you know, hopefully I helped it out. You know how to get a hold of me if
Yeah.
you need me.
If I call you tonight saying I'm in the top corner of the room,
I'll be like video
back.
chat. Hit the
I'm gonna
video
need you to
chat.
come back.
Well, I'll be in Idaho, so I'll be close by. All right, James. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you take care, man.